You're on mute. We didn't hear any of that.
Oh, great. I was talking about how I need a sound booth. There's noises everywhere.
And a cat.
Yeah.
Yes.
You were on mute, clearly talking kind of annoyed, and then the cat
The
jumped
cat
up
just
behind
jumped up
you.
and then we got it.
Okay. Anyways.
You are listening to AP Taylor Swift, the podcast for Swifties who are all about the lyrics. We're your hosts. I'm Jen.
I'm Muncie.
And I'm Jody.
And we are your unofficial professors of Taylor Swift.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of AP Taylor Swift. Today, we are deep diving Cruel Summer. This is a continuation of our last week's conversation. Our theme was summer, and it's very apt because we are in the throes of summer. And so we went over 3 songs that best represent summer to us. And out of those, we are jumping into Cruel Summer. Jen, do you want to take it away?
Yeah, so just as a reminder, this is your first episode. We do our deep dives where we talk about who do we think is the speaker. So who's the I, who are they talking to, who's the you, and then what's the purpose of this song. So it just helps ground us in our conversations, helps us kind of have some framework so we don't get too far off track. We'll still get off track. However, that's our general plan, and then at the end of the episode, we'll go around and say, what do we think the purpose of the song is now that we've discussed it, and we'll see if we agree, disagree, and get to experience the joys of literary analysis. So, Cruel Summer, just taking care of some of the basics here. It came out on the album Lover, and it was written by Taylor Swift, Jack Antonoff, and Annie Clark, which I don't know if I've heard a lot of other Annie Clark's songs come up for us, but Jack Antonoff, new guy, if you've never heard of him, great songwriter. And the song itself is called Cruel Summer. So I don't know if we want to start with the title since we get into it more in the chorus. Do we just want to dive into the song?
I feel like the song will help us understand what a cruel summer is and what it means.
I said this last week, I'll just quickly repeat it, that often when you're talking about a harsh or cruel or difficult season, historically, you would think of winter. If it was a harsh winter, it was a cruel winter. So a cruel summer. The other thing is there was a song by Bananarama that was called Cruel Summer that came out in 1983. So this also could be a bit of a callback or an homage, perhaps. I don't know. I don't know what Taylor knows. But I do just want to point out that there is a song called Cruel Summer from the 80s.
I also want to say that having grown up in Atlanta, which unfortunately sometimes is referred to as Hotlanta by people, no one in Atlanta calls it that, but other people in the world do. We did have this concept of cruel summer in the like peak of summer when it is like the most prickly, annoying heat. And I lived in a very humid town. I imagine somebody who lives in like Phoenix, Arizona would like be like, oh yeah, like we have a cruel summer. So I feel like this is not a universal thing everywhere, and also hard to place our songwriters and what they may be experiencing as cruel summer. But to me, the title, and when we get to it in the song, it always does mean that part of summer that is the most prickly and just really mean part of summer.
Almost like the narrative climax of the season.
Yeah.
Jack Antonoff's a Jersey boy, so I bet he spent his cruel summers on the Jersey Shore. Just saying. Anyway.
Fever dream high, in the quiet of the night, you know that I caught it.
All right. We got to stop there.
Before we started recording, Monty was like, we need to be efficient. And we're like, one line in. And we're like, all right, so we need 10 minutes on this line.
Okay.
Fever dream. Disconnected from reality.
Yeah.
Something surreal. Something vivid and disturbing. Intense emotions.
Yes.
Fear and anxiety.
Yeah, I mentioned this in last week's episode, but the Great Gatsby is a great example of summer being emotionally intense period as a setting of a story. As a Fever Dream High, thinking about the sort of how out of touch of reality Gatsby was with his obsession.
Yeah.
It kind of has that. And then, but we also go into, you know that I caught it. So this is a disease or a sickness too.
But even before you know that I caught it, Fever Dream High, in the quiet of the night,
Yeah.
it's a huge disruption.
It's a huge disruption. I like when I think of fever dream, like fever dream is a phrase. It means something.
Yeah.
But I also think of like where that phrase originates, that when you're in in a fever, like when you're actually sick. It's like there's
Yeah.
things associated with that of just like extremely hot, sweaty, uncomfortable, somewhat delirious.
Yeah,
like,
hallucinations are very real.
hallucination.
Mhm.
Like you're just kind of like, where
Yeah, there's an
am I?
altered brain chemistry that comes from the fever and your body trying to fight off
Exactly. Now that
an illness that should not be there.
And now that has because she plays on both elements of it. There's like the fever part of it, the actual illness part of it, and then there's like the fever dream as a concept
Right.
that comes out of that. And then by inserting the word high,
Mhm.
you know it was a good thing. So it's like fever dream, high, hot sweaty nights in the
Yeah.
quiet of the night, you
Yeah.
know, and then
Yep. I mean,
and
I was
then
gonna say that,
you
like,
know that I caught it.
it's in the quiet of the night. You're hot, you're sweaty, you're feeling
Right.
high.
But also, you know that I caught it. Oh yeah, you're right. I want it. So there's caught versus want,
Yes.
which are two very
Well,
different
okay,
things.
so then it's like, how do germs spread? Well,
Close contact.
very close contact.
If I learned anything from COVID times, it was
and
that
that
you
is
have to
like
be
a-
less than 6 feet apart.
It's a clever little play on the fever spreading, but also the germ swapping. And anyways, I love these two lines. But then we get into bad boy, shiny toy with a price.
Well,
So
I also
we're in a headspace here.
Pause. We have to go back. This is not going to be a short episode.
I also just very quickly like that you know that I caught it, so I caught the sickness, but you're right, I want it. So it's like I want it to get sick. I want it to catch this fever.
Absolutely.
Which I think is key to keep in mind as we go through. So many of her like romance songs or her anxiety songs, we talk about agency. She's saying right off the bat, yeah, I was sick and I was high and I wanted it. This was absolutely, I was choosing this.
Yeah, because it's a cruel summer. We have no idea what that means. We think cruel means something bad, but she is telling us, I wanted it. Fever could be something bad. I wanted it. We repeat it over and over again. And here also, like she's saying bad boy, shiny toy with the price. We've heard her talk about bad boys in other songs before. I think there can be some confusion as to whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, because sometimes she hates the bad boys. But in this instance, she is being very clear that, you know, I bought it. You know that I bought it. Oh yeah, you're right. I want it. So we are happy about our choices here. We're owning our choices.
Even though shiny toy with a price, something new, but that comes at a cost. It comes with consequences, but she is fully aware of the consequences.
She's like, heck yeah, I bought it. I have money. I spend that money. I get what I want.
Well, and I don't think we have a clear answer yet, but the you is interesting here. She's telling someone, you know what I caught it.
Right.
You know that I bought it. And you're right. I wanted it.
Yeah. Okay, great. Next stanza. Killing me slow, out the window. I'm always waiting for you to be waiting below.
Yeah, so Romeo and Juliet.
I don't know how she sung this.
It's that, to me, it's that Juliet on the balcony waiting for Romeo to show up.
Oh, I love that. I don't think I ever made that connection.
Yeah, out the window waiting for you to be waiting below.
So this is definitely a Shakespeare song because we've already connected it to Midsummer Night's Dream and Romeo and Juliet.
Yes. Devils roll the dice, angels roll their eyes. What doesn't kill me makes me want you more. I love this line. I went to Vegas. I had boys rolling the dice and me rolling their eyes in the background so I could use this as a caption, and it's the stupidest photo I've ever taken in my life. What does it mean?
Devils roll the dice is like risk-taking, recklessness.
Yeah.
Angels roll their eyes, like, you know, the devil and the angels imagery of sitting on your shoulder, like trying to tell you, don't do it, no, do it. And the devil's like, take this risk. And the angel's like, are you kidding me? We're not doing this again.
Yes, I love that.
Like, you know this isn't a good idea. But it's like, what doesn't kill me makes me want you more. So clearly the devil wins.
Well, you know, of course, normally it's what doesn't kill me makes me stronger. But it's this idea of, because at the beginning of the stanza, which we sort of skipped over to go into the window, was killing me slow. So me waiting for you rolling the dice feels like it's slowly killing me. And then she twists it. It's like, it's not making me stronger. It's just making me more obsessed with you. Which then at this point, the you is the other person. So the first stanza could be her telling this person, you know that I've caught this. You know that I've bought you. And you are right. So this other person has perhaps been telling her, you wanted it. Like, you want me, you want this. And she was like, damn, you're right.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Yes, and
yeah, very much owning the bad decision making and kind of fine with it.
And then we get into the first instance of the chorus, and it's new, the shape of your body, it's blue, the feeling I've got, and it's ooh, whoa, it's a cruel summer.
Sorry, I just love it, and I can't not think of the Eras tour.
I know.
Yeah, this music definitely encapsulates the Eras tour vibes, which...
But it's not a happy song.
But also,
like,
well, she's happy. She's getting
see.
exactly what she wants. So in some ways, it is. It's like a empowerment song, kind of.
Well, then I can do it with a broken heart song.
Well, we'll see how the song goes. Because
premature.
To me, what she's saying is, this is new, the shape of your body, but
it's blue, the feeling I got. Blue. I am unhappy.
No, I don't necessarily think it's unhappy. I think she's deeply anxious. To me, this is I wanted this person. I caught the feelings.
Oh, she's anxiously attached. This is that book Attached.
I think it's we were friends with benefits, but I caught feelings, and now I'm terrified about how this is gonna go. Because I wanted you, we were just casual, we were just doing
But it's
stuff.
new, the shape of your body. It's not friends with benefits.
Well, wait, hold on. I'm sorry. Wait, why is that not friends with benefits if it's new, the shape of your body?
Because friends with benefits is assuming that, like, you've been doing this for a while. You've been like,
we could be 2 weeks into friends with benefits, and she's like, ooh, the feelings are
I don't know. I see it less as like something that slowly, that like we were friends with benefits and then I became attached, and more like this is a new person that came into my life that I'm immediately like, oh, this is not a good idea, but I'm going to do it anyway.
So the fact that the shape of the body is new though, and she's rolling the dice, to me is like she knows the shape of his body. So this isn't a distant like romance. This is like, I know the shape of your body, but I'm having some anxiety because this was casual and I'm realizing it's absolutely not casual for me.
The commas. Did you intend this? The shape of the body is not blue. What are we?
I think it's.
No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm sorry. I'm joking.
I noticed a comma in the middle.
I remember
of a phrase.
the like visuals that people would make to this song, and it would be like this giant blue body because they're like literally taking.
Well, I mean, it's an adjective, and then what's modifying the adjective. So it's new, the shape of your body, and
we need a grammar episode.
It's blue, the feeling I've got. So the feeling is blue. The shape of the body is new.
I understand. I was making a joke.
No, it's ooh ah. It's a cruel summer. That's what it is.
The feeling I've got is ooh ah. No, I'm just kidding.
See, I think the next section gets to the point I'm making too, though, where she says, it's cool. That's what I tell him. No rules in breakable heaven. So it's her trying to come across as casual, even though internally she's realizing her feelings are not casual. And that's the anxiety of, I keep saying, it's cool. We're chill. This is fun. And on the inside, she's like, I love you.
Like, this is not chill.
I think Jen might be right because blue, she does use blue a lot and it always communicates something kind of specific. And this idea that the feeling that she's got right now, this far into the song, we don't have enough context. All we know is that she is happy doing whatever she's doing. That's what she wanted. And we now have to figure out what ooh, whoa, means.
I wouldn't say she's happy. I'd say she's made the decision. She's owning the decision.
Yeah, but she uses words like high and
she's enjoying it.
I don't know. High to me doesn't necessarily mean
that's
happy.
true.
So Jody doesn't believe in love. And I think we just need to remember that as we're having this conversation. Because every time we do this, Jody's like, you're wrong. Taylor's never felt love or joy for any second in her life.
It's a career song, guys. What are you talking about? She's talking about her job and her master's. Kidding. I think what it is for me is that let's keep going. I don't want to even say what it is.
I just think it's too early.
It's too early. There's no rules in breakable heaven. We're still not sure what this is. We're not sure what this is, but she is deciding to move forward with whatever this is, knowing that it's a bad idea.
This is, one thing that we could say that we know for sure is that there is paradoxes put in here. There's a lot of contradictions or opposites. So fever, dream, high, that's like good and bad. There's shiny toy, but with a price. There's killing me slow. And then you have devils and angels, like opposed forces. What doesn't kill me makes me want you more. The blue is like, could be good, could be bad. And then she's saying cruel and summer together. When we get into the next line, she starts with it's cool as to just play it off and it's cool. I think it's ironic that you have it's cool in the middle of like the hottest part of summer when it is objectively not cool.
Not cool.
And then,
but it's also cool. That's what I tell him. That doesn't mean that's what it is.
Yeah, exactly. That and right there, you're saying like, well, okay, I guess that doesn't actually mean it's true. And then breakable heaven. So heaven is supposed to be awesome. What the hell is
breakable heaven?
So this to me goes to the point of she's enjoying this. Of I'm in heaven, but it's breakable. This could end.
It's
heaven is good. It's bliss. It's wonderful. But it's breakable. I am not sure that this is a steady, secure situation.
Right.
But it is still heaven, which is why I think she is enjoying it.
Right. And there are no rules. Yeah. So it's like there's no guidelines here for what we're doing, what this is, what this should be, or what could happen here.
So it could end, but man,
they have not defined the relationship.
But it's still heaven. So she's at least somewhat enjoying it.
It's a cruel summer with you. So like that is the important part here. Is that the cruel summer has to be with you.
Okay, great.
Moving on.
Hang your head low in the glow of the vending machine.
Okay, I don't know what this means.
This is the part where I'm always like, I never fully understood this.
Listeners, this is why we did this song. We were like, should we deep dive August or cruel summer? And Jen was like, I don't know what hang your head low in the glow of the vending machine means. And we're like, done. We're doing it.
I mean, the only thing to me, and I still don't know what it means, but it does evoke like a hospital of someone, you know, I think
I was thinking too,
because she says I'm not dying in the next line, so it makes me think of like Grey's Anatomy, you know, they're leaning against the vending machine, or after
like someone is like overnight because it's glow of the vending machine, it's like dark and you're just like sitting there waiting. And hospitals are actually one of the few places where I'd actually use the vending machine.
In the I'm not dying, which makes it feel, I don't know, but also cool, but what?
And then you get into we'll just screw it up in these trying times. What trying times?
This the cruel summer.
Yeah, but trying times really paints more than a summer. It feels like hard economic crisis.
We're in trying times right now.
Yeah.
These are trying times.
And we're not trying.
Well, feels exhausting to try.
This seems like a game where they just had to draw words out of a hat and make it.
Okay, I love that you said that. I just want to pause for a second. I love that you said that because one of the reasons I love, and I think we all love Taylor Swift's music, is because it is so poetic and literary and every word has meaning. And a lot of pop music, you listen to it and you're like, what are these words and what are they saying? And it's because there are these pop music factories where they're just like, this has a great beat and it's catchy. And the science of pop music is that these sounds together sound great, but the song doesn't have meaning. I'm not saying this song doesn't have meaning. It does. Otherwise, what are we doing here? But this is one of the few Taylor Swift songs where it's like we have to actually get to this level of like, what does the vending machine have anything to do with this? What is she saying?
I have a theory. It's not fully formed, but so sometimes she does this thing where we have a story, the chorus, the next part of the story. So this could be perhaps somewhat of a narrative. I'm not consoled, but let's just roll with it and see. Mm-hmm. So we start out with her saying, I really like this guy. He's a bad, bad boy. And it's killing me slow that I'm waiting for ya. So there's this sense of I'm like almost dying with how much I want this person. It's really killing me. And then, but she's still waiting. They're still kind of starting. She's figuring it out. And then I almost wonder if this next one is like, oh, the first real conflict in this situationship occurs. So hang your head low in the glow of the vending machine. I'm not dying. So it's sort of the health of the relationship has maybe taken a turn. The boy is, waiting by the vending machine. Like, I don't know what to do about this. And she's like, no, I'm not dying. Like, again, it's cool. There's no rules. Like something came up and she's still trying to be like, it's cool. And he's like, something's going on. Because then you say that we'll screw it up in these trying times. Maybe the trying time.
We say that we'll just screw it up. It's not you. I have
you say that
I
we'll
have
just
you
screw
as
it
well.
up.
You say we'll just screw it up.
Okay, interesting. AZ lyrics had we. That changes the meaning. AZ lyrics, what are you doing?
One thing that I'm thinking of is it could also be the contrast between the fever dream and reality. It doesn't necessarily have to be their first trial, like in the relationship. It could also be the speaker's life. Like there's the speaker who is having an incredible fever dream moment with this other person, but the context of her life maybe is more serious.
Yeah, I think just the first conflict that they're facing together, whether it's man versus man versus society.
I guess I'm saying like the conflict doesn't have to be the relationship itself. Like maybe the relationship is
just
great.
Something.
I'm saying the same thing.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Yeah. It's like something else is going on that's bigger, really, from the trying times.
Yes. Yeah, that's the point I was going to make, is all of that to me came back to the trying times. Like, what are the trying times? Maybe it's the first conflict they're facing. I think it could be them versus each other having a conflict. It could be one of them dealing with external things. Who knows? But it's like the first time that the two of them have hit something that maybe the fever dream high is coming down just a little bit. And they're like, okay, well, what does this kind of mean? It's sort of that moment to me, potentially in a situationship where you're like, okay, but maybe we do actually have to start sort of
having a conversation.
This is also the first time when she says, I'm not dying, a part of me feels like it's really more reassuring than factual. It really sounds like, I'm not dying. Awkward crickets. Am I actually dying? You know, like maybe she is actually dying.
Well, and the we're not trying, both of those things to me go back to the it's cool. That's what I tell him, where the I is still trying to be like, I'm not dying. Like, we're not even trying. Like, we're not trying to have a relationship.
It's like, these are lies.
It's cool.
She's making it sound like it's not a big deal, but it is.
Yeah.
You have an unreliable narrator.
Yeah. So that's my theory so far, is that we start out of like, it's fun, it's new, it's exciting, and this is the first moment of like, we've hit some sort of a roadblock, whatever it may be, and he's at the vending machine, he's in the hospital with her, and she's like, I'm not dying. Like, dude, you don't even have to be here. It's totally fine. Yeah. But obviously she desperately wants that.
Right. Okay, cool. So cut the headlights. Summer's a knife. I'm always waiting for you just to cut to the bone.
So I think it's this facade of it's cool is an anxiety response of, and I will say some of this is influenced by other of Taylor's music, but so many, the protagonist has had these feelings and been hurt so many times that like she's trying to do something different and be like, it's not serious, it's not love, it's cool, we're just hanging out. And then in the back of her mind she's like, I actually think it is love, and this is gonna hurt. This is gonna be a knife, it's gonna destroy me, because it has every other time. This is always how it goes. Like, I hear the anxiety reel in the background as she's like, it's cool.
Yeah, it's very hard to, you can acknowledge like, oh, I shouldn't be so attached to these things, but to actually do that, whether that's these things are romance or even again, I am going to bring up work, right? How many times do we say to ourselves, like, I'm just going to put some distance between me and work. I'm not going to let it affect me. I'm not going to let it, take over my life. And then these things, they do. It's you can't actually be that cool.
Yeah, totally.
It also gives to me the energy of someone who overcorrected, of like, oh, I've fallen in love so many times, the next time I won't be attached at all. I'll be cool. I'll be aloof.
I'm going to be the cool girl.
And it's like, hey, there might be a middle ground where it's good to be attached to people, but like, we don't have to go to one or the other. There's a middle ground here.
I think worth calling out just like the play on words here. Cut the headlights, cut to the bone, but in between there you insert the summer is a knife.
Summer's a knife.
Summer is the one that's doing the cutting here. The first one is cut by somebody else. Somebody else cut the headlights, but then summer's a knife, waiting for you to cut to the bone. In some ways, you is summer.
Yeah. And cut to the bone, like waiting for something to be exposed.
Yeah.
Like some sort of pain to be exposed. Some kind of like
vulnerability.
harsh reality. Yeah. Some sort of vulnerability, some kind of like harsh reality to come to life, which goes back to the idea of a fever dream, which is something disconnected from reality. It's intense, but also it's temporary, right? When a fever subsides, the fever dream resolves.
Yeah. This is very surreal. We go from summer is a knife, that's the metaphor. I'm waiting for you to just cut to the bone. So she's on edge. But then we repeat the devils roll the dice, angels roll their eyes. But here if I bleed, you'll be the last to know. We know that the you is going to be the one responsible for the cutting, and in some ways the embodiment of Summer. But the fact that the person doing the cutting will not know and will be the last to know it means she is hiding it very well. The facade is strong.
The facade is strong. There's that emotional distance of no, I'm cool. I'm not dying. This is fine. I'm fine. I'm totally fine.
It's
that dog in the fire.
Bleeding? Who's bleeding? Not me.
It's the action movie where someone's been stabbed and they hide it until everyone else leaves and they open their hand and the blood's like gushing.
Yeah.
I just because we know that I snuck in through the garden gate is coming. I also just want to point out that cut the headlights is also very much this is a secret. There's no light on this. It's in the dark. It's hidden, which we can talk about Taylor's life a little bit. We obviously understand being the most famous person in the world is a lot of pressure, but I also think some of the fever dream high is sort of like whatever this is separated. Like this has not been a relationship that's been integrated with our protagonist's life.
Right.
This is secret. This is separate. They have that fever dream high, but then they go back to their quote unquote real life.
That's interesting. To me, cut the headlights is also like you turn on the headlights when you need to see something more clearly. And she's almost saying, I don't want to see it clearly. Turn it off. Like, let's take this off from examining it too closely. Cut the headlights. Let's leave it in the dark. If I bleed, you're the last to know. We don't want to actually look and see what's going on.
Yeah, I think it could be both. She also eventually will say, I don't want to keep secrets. So this definitely is a secret, regardless of which line we keep.
You don't want to keep them, but you are.
I repeat, the facade is strong.
The facade is so strong.
Okay, we did it's cool. That's what I tell him. Chorus is the same. Let's get to I'm drunk in the back of the car.
The bridge!
Yeah. She loves being drunk in cars. I think it would be so fun at some point to do this song, Cornelia Street, and Hits Different, because she's in a car.
Yeah, somebody just did on TikTok all the times that she did rhymes bar and car. I think somebody did it like negatively, like, ugh, she can't rhyme. And I'm like, these are all bops. I don't know what you're talking about. And they're all very deep and meaningful.
Substack.
So what does it mean to be drunk? At least she's in the back of the car. She's not driving. She's safe.
Always in the back of the car.
Always in the back of the car.
Cried like a baby coming home from the bar.
Oh.
Said I'm fine. Liar. But it wasn't true.
I mean, she acknowledges that immediately.
She acknowledges it, right? At least she says, which she hasn't before, right? The other time she said, it's cool, I'm not dying. Yeah. This time she's saying, said I'm fine, but it wasn't true. So at least now we're starting to get her acknowledging that what she's saying is not true.
Well, and she's starting to say, I don't want to keep secrets just to keep you.
Which is, what is it, like drunk thoughts or sober feelings?
Well, so here's grammar episode. Here's an interesting thing just to think about. What she has actually said in quotes is she says it's cool, she says it's fine, and I just want to keep that in mind when we get into the next stanza, because I don't want to keep secrets just to keep you seems like an internal acknowledgement, but it's not in quotes. She's not telling the person I don't want to keep secrets just to keep you. It's her thinking it.
I need the actual liner notes because I don't have it's cool in quotes. I just have it I'm fine.
I do have it's cool in quotes, but again, I think quotes is
it's fine.
Yeah,
we have more quotes coming up in this bridge.
I just think it's key that so much of this song is not her. We know when she says things, and most of it is unsaid, which has been like again, it's the facade.
But I think there's also an element of like, who is she convincing? Because in earlier parts of the song, I felt like she was convincing the other person, but she was also convincing herself. But here, drunk in the back of the car where she's crying like a baby, you hear her, I think, confessing what Jody, you were saying. It's like the drunk confessions are the sober thoughts.
Yeah. Yeah. But she isn't saying out loud any of this. It's like she's having a drunk... She's having a drunk thought that is her sober thought that she's realizing.
But she may be saying it to herself. Yeah, like she's admitting it to herself, even if she's not saying it to the other person.
But now she's finally admitting to herself, at least, I don't want to keep secrets just to keep you, which is an evolution, because she said before, like, it's fine, we'll keep this quiet. Or that's what she evoked before she said it.
Which I think is interesting. I don't know. Is he the one driving the car with her? I don't know. In some ways, I don't know if it matters because the realization is all internal in this moment. But it's also, I love that I'm drunk in the back of a car crying like a baby saying I'm fine. It's like the most drunk girl moment where she's like, I'm fine, like sobbing. And it's like everyone's like, you're obviously not fine.
Or taking you home from the bar crying.
I'm imagining the angel and the devil on her shoulder being like, stop that. Angel's finally getting some leeway.
Yeah.
And she's starting to admit that she doesn't want to keep secrets, acknowledging the fact that she is currently keeping secrets.
Didn't we just take her out of a bar crying? I never don't cry at the bar. Hits different.
It hits different,
okay,
yeah.
Thank you.
Well, and I don't want to keep secrets just to keep you. To me, I want to set up what I think the conflict is, because the next stanza I think resolves it. To me, is this moment in the back of the car is this drunk realization of, I'm done keeping secrets, so I'm either going to keep you and be honest and figure that out, or I'm ending this and moving on.
Right.
It's like
there's an ultimatum.
Yeah, it's like this internal ultimatum of, I can't keep doing this, so what am I gonna do? And then we immediately go, and I snuck in through the garden gate every night that summer just to seal my fate. So I kind of kept doing it and said, this will have to come, the secrets will come out one way or another. And then I screamed, so it's actually saying something, for whatever it's worth, I love you. Ain't that the worst thing you've ever heard?
It's the first time she's saying what she's feeling.
Yes.
I mean, it seems like all summer this continued, and it finally bubbled out. It finally came out, resulted in a scream.
And what is his response?
He looks up grinning like a devil.
He's been the darn devil this whole time.
Which is why I think it was me kind of pushing back on your point, Jody, about like, oh, this is I can do it with a broken heart. This is her saying, I might have a broken heart, and she's scared to take the risk of, she's scared for the cutting to the bone, to the vulnerability, and then it comes out and he grins. Like, this was a good reaction.
When I say this is like, I can do it with a broken heart, what I mean is this is a dark and anxious song that is very emotional and not necessarily positive, that feels positive because it's a poppy song. So when you're actually singing it, you're like, oh, there's a lot of dark shit here, and this is not as positive as the rhythm and the beat and the music makes it sound. That's my association to I Can Do It With a Broken Heart, that like this song is anxious. This is like the epitome of anxiety and nerves and, oh my God, I'm going to try and be cool and poppy and fun, but on the inside, I'm actually dying and like, oh my God, what am I doing? And that is exactly I Can Do It With a Broken Heart. That one is I have to be, performing and positive, but on the inside, I'm dying.
I think the motivation, the driving factor is a little different. And that one is like, I have no choice. The show must go on. Whereas this is a little bit more of like, what have I gotten myself into?
Yeah, the narratives are slightly different, but the masking painful and dark emotions with poppy music is the same.
I guess I don't feel this is that painful and dark. I think I Can Do It With a Broken Heart is heartbreak anxiety.
Y'all have not had the anxiety of dating in a while.
Well, so Chris friend zoned me, and I distinctly remember this. So let me tell you, it worked out. But I still remember that, and it was hard.
That's cruel. That's a cruel summer.
Yeah, it was near the summer, too. I very distinctly remember it. Oh, obviously it worked out. But I distinctly remember that feeling of, like, there is anxiety, but there is also that moment of excited anxiety of, this could go so wrong, but
I don't
this
even
could
care.
go so well, too. Like, yeah, sort of like, the good is outweighing the bad, but this could, like, it's sort of the, like, you're feeling untethered, but there's excitement for potential greatness and terror for potential horribleness. And I Can Do It With a Broken Heart is just, this sucks.
To me, it goes back to the very first line when she talks about that high. You're chasing a high here, and it's kind of like an addiction. It's like, I feel really good when I'm doing this, even if it's killing me slowly. And like, you're like, I know this is not healthy and it's not going well, but like, I feel good. So I think some of that anxiety, I don't feel it as much because she's admitting that she wants it and it feels good. She just also knows that she's lying to herself, and she knows that it's not actually good for her. It's when you have a guilty pleasure.
Those are all bad
Well, I know, but like you don't feel that level of like maybe
you have ownership in your decisions,
exactly,
right? I see where you're coming from. You're owning your decisions, and like if you're taking the risk and you are saying this is my choice to take the risk, if it goes to shit,
she's using all those words.
Your
she's
choice.
Using gambling. She's talking about killing slowly. Like she knows this is a
shiny
vice.
Toy with a price.
This person is a vice, and she knows it. She knows that she might get in trouble, but she's kind of like, but maybe like there's that tiny chance that it might work out.
See, I think what she's gambling with, and I don't think it's that the relationship is unhealthy. I think she's gambling with pretending like she doesn't care.
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
that's what I think her unhealthy choice is, the facade, and that's why the bridge is so important.
Right.
Because the bridge is where she says, "Screw it, I'm gonna tell you," and then he looks up grinning. And it's like that moment where it's like, you probably could have said this a while ago, honey.
Yeah,
like
he knew.
He looks up grinning, but I also like she mentions the devil and the angel throughout this song. So to me, when he says he looks up grinning like a devil, I'm like, he's looking up grinning at her in the same way that devil on her shoulder has been like, it's okay, like we're gonna keep doing this. Like to me, I'm like, he's been like, maybe that's where the voice is coming from.
I think at this time, grinning like a devil, there's a flirtatiousness there. It's not necessarily evil and dark.
I agree. But I think that it is like the instigator of like, where was that voice even coming from? The voice that has been egging her on all along, like.
But this time the voice, I mean, if he's looking up grinning like a devil because she said, I love you, ain't that the worst thing you ever heard? He's like, cool, let's do this. So like maybe there's this acknowledgement that, yeah, you love me. Great. So like you're finally sharing your feelings as opposed to saying like, no, it's cool. I'm not dying.
Yeah,
I'm the cool girl.
It does. I do like the association though too, Monzi, that the angel was rolling their eyes and the devil was like, gamble, roll the dice.
Let's
it'll be good. It'll be good. And then he is like that.
He's the one grinning, and it's kind of him saying, let's roll the dice together, because that's how relationships work.
I do think that it works out in the end, because then we repeat the chorus.
Yes.
And we continue. We don't stop.
And we repeat the bridge,
We repeat the bridge. We say, I don't want to keep secrets just to keep you. And it resolves that way. I love that the last line is, for whatever it's worth, I love you. Ain't that the worst thing you ever heard?
It feels very definitively finishes on, hey, the result of this is me screaming,
saying, I love you. Yeah.
Yeah. And for what it's worth, I think is a positive way of saying something. So
it's also a very like
for what it's worth.
It's like she's being honest, but still trying to be like a little bit chill. Like, for whatever it's worth,
it's worth.
I'm in love with you. It's fine. Whatever. Don't worry about it.
It's fine. It's cool.
But it's cool. It's cool, you guys. No rules.
For me, I definitely see this as playful version of the most anxious situation, but in a good, playful way. Of knows I'm doing something that I shouldn't be, but let's like screw it. Let's try. Like, let's just go with it and roll with it and see what happens. And it ends up working out. But you have this moment of I think this entire song is just like her first just lying to both of them, then her starting to admit that she's lying to him, and then finally just not lying at all and being honest. And then they're both kind of in it together, and they just know that they playing with fire here and gambling and just doing something fun that maybe doesn't make sense, but they're in it together, and it's a fun summer.
I think going through this song, I was kind of expecting to be like, maybe we know why Taylor would keep a relationship a secret, that at a big level, but there's so many layers in the song. I was like, maybe we'll find something about the you that was like made her hesitant, and we never found one. The only red flag I found in the song was her own choices,
right?
And then the resolution is him being like, yeah, girl, I'm in. And it's like, this song is so funny to me. In retrospect, I was like, there's going to be more conflict. We'll figure it out. Truly, no. This song was 100% self-imposed anxiety.
It's a pure anxious attachment song.
But she didn't have to do it. But I don't even think it is anxious attachment, but it's her anxiety isn't about him as much about as the perception.
Correct. Well, that's also part of an anxious attachment, right? It's less about the person.
Most songs that are, it's like bad boy, and we're like, okay, how is he a bad boy? And it's like, I don't think he is.
But also it doesn't matter if he was. Like, whatever he is, she's into it.
Exactly.
Yeah, we don't get the narcissists and playboys like we do when I get something bad.
See, I think that's the point, is I was like, I mean, like, knowing Taylor's life and kind of journally timelines, I was like, we know that this probably resulted in a long relationship at some point. It doesn't really matter. But the song starts out bad boy, shiny toy, and you're like, okay, like, why, what's the reason why she can't be with this guy? Why is the reason it's secret? And it's like, because she's decided it needs to be a secret, and then she makes herself freak out over it a little bit. You know, some of the lessons are like, oh, like, relationships, there's like, he's my drug, and all
there's
that
conflict
stuff and all that. And this song is just like, I was freaking out about this guy because we were casual, and I kept pretending it was casual, then I had feelings, and finally I screamed that I had feelings, and he was like, cool, let's do it. And it's like, this song didn't have to happen. Like, I think the funny thing to me is this song absolutely didn't have to happen.
But it's so fun, and it captures the moment in time.
And also, it's so real, right? I think that, like, as the dating one on the podcast, like, it's such a real feeling to have these moments of anxiety that have pretty much nothing to do with the person that you're dating and everything to do with your own internal anxieties of all the things that could go wrong, all the things that, you know, happened before. Like, it's so often at this stage in a relationship, not often, there could be times where it's about the other person, but it's also it's a lot about you and, like, what do you want? And I think that's what the purpose of this song is. This feels like a bad idea. This feels like it's going to hurt. This feels like I should be this way, but I'm going to do it anyway, right? I think the important thing about this song is that sense of agency, whether or not that's a good decision, right? Whether or not it's a good decision to try and be casual and to try and, you know, brush off your feelings and say, no, I'm not going to feel things, or whether the decision and the agency she's taking is, this person's a bad idea, but I'm going to do it anyway. At the end of the day, it's that agency. And even in the bridge, like, it's finally, even though you're drunk and it takes being drunk to do it, finally saying what you're feeling and what you're thinking. I think that I love, Jen, that you brought up the quotations and, like, the times in this song where we actually see what she's saying as opposed to what she says she's feeling, that I'm cool and I'm not dying, because I think that's such an important distinction here. The facade and the aura and the persona that you are putting out into the world is just very different from your own internal monologue and what's going on in your head. And I think we often talk about that in terms of Taylor's persona as an artist or as a public figure versus her own private life. But here we have the idea that there's also this public versus private persona in your own relationship sometimes, especially at this point in this early stage in a relationship.
And I, like, even building off of that too, I think it's so funny that, you know, you're saying, like, you know, she's saying this is a bad idea. It's the, you know, the internal monologue. It starts off saying, like, it's a bad idea for me to be with this guy. And then later on we get to, actually, the bad idea is keeping secrets. It's keeping it a secret. Like, the song goes through, like, oh, this is a bad idea, I shouldn't be with you. Later on, it's like, maybe I don't want to keep secret. Like, I don't think it's not the being with you, it's the keeping a secret about how I feel.
And that is
the
thing that's
the bad
killing
idea.
her.
And that's what's killing her, is putting on but it's like the song is like her unraveling slowly, being like so chill, like, haha, like, fever dream high, whatever, this is a bad idea, but I'll do it. And then it, like, gets deeper and deeper of, like, but I really like this person, but I shouldn't say anything. Maybe not saying anything is what's the bad idea. I guess I'll say something. Oh, okay, we're good. He loves me too. We're good.
And to your point, Jen, this song didn't have to happen if she said these things in therapy. The therapist would have walked her through these stages to be like, it's not. No. Let's actually get to the root of what's the problem here.
How you feel, maybe that's a good call.
And the fact that we have so many of these moments, like, you're absolutely right, Jody. Like, it is so real. It's like everyone has been there and knows that headspace. And so, like, the song didn't have to happen, but it captures this, like, moment in time, and it captures this headspace. And the bridge, like, I feel like that's why everyone loves it so much. Like, not only is it really catchy and good, but it's like you want to scream it out loud, because it's a part that no one says out loud, because it happens all in your head, but everyone's been there.
Yeah, it's so funny that it's not only, it's an unreliable narrator, but also in that she doesn't even know what's going on in her own head. Like, her own head was her own unreliable narrator.
Right.
Like,
as it often is.
You can't trust anything.
I'm like, welcome to my life.
No,
this is why we need to journal and go to therapy.
But it's just, it's hilarious. I was really expecting to come away being like, so the guy had red flags, and it's like, no, girl, you are the red flag.
We don't know about this guy.
She's her own, she's red flagging herself.
It doesn't even matter.
It doesn't.
Oh,
not at all.
That's what we learned about this song. She is the red flag.
It's so funny.
But we love her.
A relatable red flag, to be fair.
Yeah,
but
we've all been
flag.
there. She's a pink flag.
That's all we have for you today on AP Taylor Swift. Be sure to rate and review us on your favorite podcast app. Follow us on social at AP Taylor Swift to stay up to date, and join us next time as we overanalyze and deep dive into the next Taylor Swift song on AP Taylor Swift.